the entire application, but I would also like to spend some time introducing what your introduction letter and what your reference letter should look like. So earlier here we asked for you to upload both those documents. So let's cover the introduction letter first. We'll ask you to share who the applicant is, what strengths, skills, and talents you bring, and also what you want to gain from your summer here as an SLDP. I have a couple of examples here. So this is an example number 1, and you can see first the letter should be typed, and if it's not possible to be typed, if you don't have access to a computer either at home or at school, then please submit a photo of a neatly handwritten letter. A cover letter should have the date as well as a greeting here. So this writer, of course, addresses it to Cameron House Youth Ministries staff, who are the people that will be reading, and then introduces themselves with their name, what grade they're in. And in this particular example, this youth has been going to Cameron House programs before, so they explained a little bit about their experience during camp and how that transformed into the reason for why they would like to be a leader, what they want to gain as a leader as well. They talked about some of their strengths and their skills, such as being mature, also sharing knowledge that they have or giving a similar experience to their campers, and also what they hope to gain from the program as well. They want to spend some time with younger children. They want to better understand younger children and help younger children. So overall, this is a pretty well-rounded letter that hits all 3 of the requirements. And then the second letter that I have is a little bit different format, but if you are not really comfortable writing a letter like this with really complete sentences, or you've never done one before, then you can maybe start with a draft like this, which is organized into different sections: an About Me section, a Strengths section, areas of improvement and what you hope to gain, and then transform that into a letter format. But once again, here you can see this applicant put the date and then also a greeting, which is the standard for all introduction letters. They introduce themselves a little bit, their name, what grade they're in, any hobbies that they have. And then their strengths, patience and ability for compromise. They can work with little children. They're persistent, compassionate, understanding. So what we're really looking for here is your understanding of yourself and what abilities you have. That really helps us know how to best place you in a program or to best place you with other leaders to work together during the summertime. And then we also see here the applicant wrote about their areas of improvement. Perhaps procrastination is something they want to work on, time management. We just want to know what you want to work on this summer as well. And finally, what they want to gain from the program too. So once again, this letter really hits all of the requirements, all 4 of them, a little About Me section at the top. The reason we want to get an introduction letter from all of our first-time applicants is because we just need to know all of our youth better in order to place you in the right department with the right coordinator and the right peers, so that everybody really gets a chance to grow and learn new skills. That's why we want you to be as descriptive and as detailed as you can be in your letter. And also, the reason we ask for an introduction letter is it's a safe opportunity for you to practice some professional development skills. We will read all letters, every single one of them, and we also give feedback to our applicants about how they can improve their letter, what was good about it, how to make it more professional. So really take this as an opportunity to practice a professional skill. Next, the documents of reference letter. I have a couple examples here as well. So the first one here, well, actually, I should probably start with who should write the letter. So the reference letter should not be written by your family member, your parent, a relative, your friend. You should not write your own reference letter. Really, the reference letter comes from an adult in your life who has seen you in a work or a school setting or a volunteer setting. Somebody that has seen you work professionally, or maybe it's a sports coach or a mentor, maybe it's your Friday night club leader, just somebody that has seen you in a professional setting and knows a little bit about your skills and your strengths. This, once again, is an opportunity for you to practice professional development skills by asking somebody for a letter, and also helps us to know you better. So the first example is from a teacher, and you can see they've wrote about the students' skills of collaboration, patience, helpfulness, etc. The teacher identifies a lot of good strengths that this youth has inside the classroom and also outside the classroom too. So we really get to know who she is, and then finally recommends them for our program here. So you can ask a teacher at school, or you can also maybe ask another adult. The second example I have is from an after-school program tutor of one of our participants. So this tutor also wrote about the student's skills, what kind of relationship the student has inside the classroom, inside the after-school program, how the student acts with other peers, and examples of their leadership and their strengths in previous situations. So this type of letter really, really helps us understand who the youth is, when they would step up, what kind of situations they really excel in. And once again, this letter can also come from a coach. It doesn't have to be from somebody that's inside a classroom or an academic setting, but it should not be a parent, a friend, or yourself. Okay, so ask another adult that you have in your life. And the important thing to remember when you are requesting a reference letter is to give the writer at least 2 weeks ahead of time. At least 2 weeks. This is really the standard practice for when you get into college or when you are applying for a job, to give people enough time, because you want them to write a good letter and not be rushed when they're thinking about explaining your strengths in detail and etc. So really it's giving them enough time to write a better letter for you. So the deadline is April 24th, and that might mean you need to ask an adult at the beginning of April to write that letter and get it to us before the deadline. Okay, I think that wraps up the orientation. We've covered the application as well as the 2 documents and important dates.